student. Um, I'm not quite sure if it is as popular here in Scotland as it is in England, because we used to use it quite a lot. Um, it's just a website that offers you quite like deals as well, and like to use. Um, I think I think here in Scotland, what I used when I was here, when I was a student here, I think it was called Uni Days. So Uni Days, you need to sign up with your actual student ID. Have you heard of that? You need to actually sign up with your student ID, because the universities are connected to that website, so you have to be a student here. So again, once you will have your student card, you should be able to sign up for the website, and through that you can access a lot of offers for students. Okay, so we've got another question here. Can you explain more about the scholarship from GIC? Is it possible also to get scholarship from the university directly? Does anybody know anything?
I would say scholarships for GIC, Speak to Admissions. They handle all of that. Glasgow University does offer scholarships every year. They vary, so I can tell you this year there are 3 lots of scholarships for foundation students and 3 for postgraduate students. But that changes every year, so I can say it's true this year, but I can't tell you what will happen next year. The university makes that decision.
They're competitive as well.
Yes.
And it doesn't just depend on your academic performance. It depends on how well you've integrated within the student body and the connections that we've made with the university.
Attendance.
So your attendance, yes. So it's not purely on your academic merit. There are other factors actually as well to consider.
And I think this is something that we really try to encourage students to do here as well, like to integrate quite well. We do offer quite a lot of different activities for students to do, and we really encourage students to join the societies at the university, and like I said, we're always here to make that connection for you. So it should be fairly easy for you to gain that extra experience, for you to at least send an application to have a good chance at gaining this. As long as you read your emails, because we send you your emails, and that's where usually all this information is part of. And I think some students kind of miss quite a lot of that because they don't check their emails. But you've already made a good start, because you're part of this group chat, which means you do read your emails. Okay, it says I need GUID. I'm guessing that might be either for the Student Beans website. Yes, so GUID is your Glasgow University identification number, and you will get that student number when you arrive here in Glasgow and when you have confirmed your address with us. So currently, Melanie would have sent you an email with a 5-digit number, which is your GIC, so your college identification number. But you will receive a longer one from the university once you arrive here, and like I said, once you have confirmed your address. Then that should run quite smoothly. It will probably take a couple of days. Like, don't expect it to receive it on the first day. But hopefully by the second week here in GIC, you should be able to pick up your student ID, and then you'll be able to show it everywhere or to type in your number for verification. Do we have student discount for underground and bus? Do you know anything about that?
I don't think so. Yeah. You can get a monthly pass, or weekly pass. They're cheaper. For bus, I'm not sure if it went up, it was like 38, and for the subway is like 45 monthly pass. But you do not get any discounts. You only get a discount on the train with a real card.
So you don't get specific student discounts, but you do get kind of cheaper monthly options to pay for, so that the total is cheaper. But you really only get your student discount on the train. How can you get a bus pass?
You can get a bus pass if you can get a weekly bus pass on the bus, or if you want a monthly bus pass, you can go to certain stores that have it. You get to know the union. When you get here, the union will actually be able to point you to the right direction. it won't be so easy to direct you now.
Yeah, yeah. No, so like James says, the weekly ones you can buy them. You just step onto the bus and you just buy yourself a weekly pass, or you can even get like I think 10 trip tickets. So it's just for 10 trips that you pay for, and it's just a little bit cheaper to buy them in bulk. But again, there are other shops around where you'll be able to buy bus passes. But I think this is something that kind of is word of mouth as well. I think especially if you live in student accommodation, you'll find out quite quickly where to buy these things. There was another question from Andy. What date are the students allowed to move into the dormitory? So this is the earliest date is the 12th of September. Like I said before, if you arrive before that, you need to arrange for your own accommodation, for example in a hotel if you know a friend. But otherwise, the 12th of September is when you can start moving into your accommodation. Okay, so Panos just had to leave us unfortunately for another meeting, but if you have any more questions, please feel free to type them now. If you can't think of anything else just now, that's absolutely fine. You'll still be able to send us questions. I've sent you all a link to our Facebook group, so you'll be able to, and I think quite a lot of you joined already. So I know we have a couple more questions here, but at 11 o'clock when we do stop, please feel free to join the Facebook group and just send us many more questions that you have over the next few weeks. Okay, so just check it out. What kind of bank should we use in Glasgow?
So coincidentally, actually my final project at GIC was about international students' choice of bank. Yeah, so it depends on your preference. If you like the brand, easy access, but you don't, about the ATMs, all banks have ATMs across. And then there's, you don't even have to go to your specific bank's ATM. You can use a general ATM as long as it's free cash withdrawal. You can use them all, but there's free cash withdrawal. So about your bank account, it will be your personal preference. There are all kinds of banks here. Yeah.
Okay, I was just trying to find the link for the Facebook group. I can't find it just now because I'm not quick enough, but I'll send the link to this group once we are done here. I'll send it to you. Could I ask about when we can know our results for progressing to the uni?
Usually within 2 weeks of your final exams, and that will depend on whether you're a 2-term or a 3-term student, but we get them to you as fast as we can. And your email as well as your results will tell you whether or not you can go to Glasgow University.
Okay. Now, is NatWest good enough? Do you know NatWest?
I do.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, it depends on what you want. NatWest is also a good bank. Basically, all the banks here are okay to use. You can do online banking, which most of them offer. You don't really need the bank that much. You need it for your bills, your daily spending, and your bank card. But NatWest is also a really good bank.
Yeah, it is a really good bank. The only thing I would note about that, there's only one branch here in Glasgow.
Yes.
So if you do ever have anything to do actually in that branch, any kind of transactions, you would have to go there. Also, actually, NatWest will change over. And they will have a new name. I only know this because I am a customer with NatWest. They're very popular down in England, and they will stay in England, but here in Scotland, they will change their name so they're a little bit in transitions. And so, yeah. So like James said, technically you can join any bank, but I think there's quite a few other banks here around the college, and NatWest is just a little bit further away. So it might just not be as convenient, but generally it's a good bank. But NatWest also is a Bank of Scotland. Oh, it's the Royal Bank of Scotland. So the Royal Bank of Scotland, if you like NatWest, you can you might as well just join Royal Bank of Scotland because they have the exact same systems, their mobile phone app is the exact same, they have the same offers.
They own NatWest.
Sorry?
They
own
own.
NatWest.
Yeah, they own them. So there's only one NatWest branch, but you might as well just join Royal Bank of Scotland because they're pretty much the same, and you get branches all over the place. Yeah, so yeah, I think I just answered your question. Royal Bank of Scotland is good. And Elizabeth was really kind to post the link to the Facebook group. Thanks a lot. So hopefully for those of you that haven't seen it yet, you can have a look at that group. And like I said, after 11 o'clock, if you still have any more questions, you're more than welcome to send them to us through Facebook. Any suggestions for how many coats or sweaters we should bring? I guess maybe Andy comes from a very hot country and is worried that it is very cold. So, how many did you bring?
I only came in a leather jacket and a t-shirt.
You were optimistic.
I was, because I just came from Dubai, so it was kind of like 40 degrees there. So I was like, yeah. But if you can bring like your entire winter clothing, if you can get it from your country and bring it here, you might as well just bring it.
Yeah.
What's the coldest this winter was? I think around, was it -5 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not too cold. It's windy though. It's really windy. So you could put that in mind when you're buying your winter clothes.
Yeah.
Windy and wet.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's true.
So bring as much as you can. If you don't, like we mentioned earlier, there's stores that you can buy. So you can buy on arrival on the same day.
Yeah.
I think they're open every day of the week. So you're good to go.
I guess it's also something that depends on the country that you come from. For some people, clothes might be cheaper here. For others, it might not be cheaper. I'm not sure, but like I said, they do usually have quite good offers on, so you should be able to find out.
And just time of year as well. I mean, at the moment it's sunny and 20 degrees. It's nice today.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly.
time of year matters as well.
Yeah. I think we're all hoping for a so-called Indian summer
Indian
that is going to be warm in September and maybe even still in October. I personally think that autumn is the nicest season here in the UK because usually you do get a little bit more sun. So hopefully, fingers crossed, when you arrive, it's going to be beautiful. Yeah. Does it snow a lot?
Nope. Scotland doesn't snow a lot.
No.
Yeah.
So.
Maybe in the Highlands, like.
Yeah.
It doesn't snow.
I think it depends again where you come from, because I think maybe in some home countries you're used to maybe to quite a lot of snow, and then you come here and you will feel like it doesn't snow at all. In some countries you might have not seen snow before at all, so for you it might be completely new. But yeah, I think.
No.
Especially if you even say that it doesn't really snow that much.
No, exactly.
I think this year we had some days, we had a couple that it's just that it's cold and you get a little bit of ice on the street, but you'll be fine with appropriate footwear. You'll be okay.
Oh yeah, footwear. Actually, I should mention that's really important.
Yeah,
Footwear.
yeah. So bring good shoes with you.
Yeah.
Not necessarily with heels. just different types of shoes. Like bring your heels for going out, that's fine. But like bring some decent shoes. Especially when you go exploring, especially like Scotland or other for the city, yeah. But especially if you want to come on one of our trips that we're going to take to the Highlands, for example, it's very important that you wear good footwear that supports you, so you can actually go up one of these hills and enjoy the views, for example. Where can you buy cheap goods for cooking? Now, I guess this could be either groceries or equipment.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I think what I can say about our student accommodation is that we do provide you with some cooking equipment already, so you should be able to do any kind of basic cooking already when reach your accommodation. Obviously, if you've arranged something private, then there might be things there already from your flatmates, but don't assume that you're allowed to use them. I think the easiest thing for you to do is just to come to your accommodation, find out what you have, and if there's anything else that you need, you'll be able to find the shops nearby to buy anything in addition. I think that should be fairly easy. What did you do? You mean groceries?
He meant groceries, yeah, he wrote.
Okay, yeah. Groceries, just...
Oh yeah, Andy, it depends on where you live, according to where your accommodation is. So it could be if you live close to an Aldi, a Morrison's, or a large Tesco, depending on where you live. Go to the big supermarkets. I'm not sure about the term they use for this huge supermarkets. Yeah, but there's big ones here. They have really good prices for groceries if you're talking about the cheap price. So you can get really good prices for it. Or you could go to the small Tesco's or small supermarkets, so you get them. There's also like, for students, if you say cheap, supermarkets every evening, they toss away food. So they don't toss away, but they cut the prices. So you can do your shopping at 5 in the evening. You'll always get good prices then.
Yeah, that's true. They have like special sections, like kind of next to, in the cooling section or something, where you'd be able to. It all says reduced on them,
prices,
and you just buy it. It's still perfectly good food. It's just a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Where can you go and hike? So hiking you can pretty much do everywhere here in Scotland. It's very Scotland's not a very big country, so it only takes you about a half an hour to 40 minutes to reach, for example, a very nice area around Loch Lomond, it's called. So Loch is the Scottish word for river or lake. And so you find around these lochs there's really nice kind of countryside around it. There's also quite like a mountain right next to it, Ben Lomond. So that would probably be the easiest option. I think from here you can take a direct train from Partick to Balloch, and I think it takes about 45 minutes. Maybe a little bit longer, and it takes you right up to the shore of Loch Lomond, and you can just go out. It's a national park actually around that area, and you can just go out and enjoy. Have you been hiking?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I do a lot, yeah.
What kind of places have you been to?
I just go everywhere in the Highlands. Like I said, Zia, if you get your rail card, then the train is your limit. Just go anywhere you want.
Yeah.
So you can go, like you said, Balloch, Glencore.
Yeah.
Well, up in the Highlands, I forget the
Yeah.
names.
Yeah.
Scottish
Yeah.
names, but yeah.
But do you find it easily accessible?
It is very
Yeah.
easily accessible.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you've got a week, you can do the West Highland Way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the West Highland Way. It's a very long walk that you could take. Yeah, for a week. Yeah, I think.
Aberfeldy.
Yeah, Veldy Open. Yeah, we
Open,
do
yeah.
from the college. We do offer like coach trips to the Highlands. So if it's for you, for example, if you just want to go and explore certain areas before you actually want to go out hiking there, then you can come on one of our coach trips with us, and you will get to know quite a lot of different places. And then afterwards, you can go and hike, for example. But like I said, it's pretty easily accessible. People are really friendly here, so I think even if you do go to the different cities and you just ask your way around, you'll find ways. Okay, we have to kind of come to an end. There's 2 more questions I think that I can see, so we'll just go through them and then we will make an end to it. Will the water be cold in September to take a dip in the fairy pools? I'm not quite sure what that means. Do you know the fairy pools?
No, it's a
No.
very cool.
Is the fairy pools like something Scottish, Donald?
I've never heard that phrase before.
I'm not quite sure. I'm really sorry. Yet. I'm not quite sure. But I think the water will, any kind of water around here will definitely. Oh, it's a river, you think?
Yeah, it says it's blood sky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think it depends on what you find cold.
Isle of Skye can be cold.
Oh, and Isle of Skye.
Yeah.
Yeah, Isle of Skye is quite high up. It's very beautiful up there though. So I think
Very
even if you can't take a dip in the water, you should definitely go and visit. But like I said, I think it depends again on what you find is cold or warm, because it's, for some people it's a New Year's Eve tradition just to jump into the sea here in Scotland, or even when it's very cold. I've been camping with my friends and they would just run into the sea. It is very cold, but you do get really beautiful beaches here in Scotland, so it might be, maybe it's worth it. I'm not sure. Does GIC? Oh, what just happened there? Oh, he sent us a picture of the fairy pools. Yeah, it's definitely beautiful. I think you definitely should go and visit it. Does GIC have a pillow and blanket inside the dorm? Yes, everything will be provided for you. So when you arrive on your first day, there won't be anything missing. So you should have a nice welcome and a nice warm bed for you in the evening. Okay guys, thank you so much for taking part in this. Like I said, if there's something that you might have missed, don't worry, we'll try and upload the video as soon as possible and we'll send the link to you here. I will go through the questions. If there were anything that I referred to, I will try and send the link again into this group. So don't leave it please just yet, and then yeah, and you can just check out the message later on. But yeah, thanks again, it was really great. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to leave us some feedback, you can just type us a little message if you enjoyed this, or if we should have done something different, that would be great. Otherwise, again, thanks a lot. Thanks also from James. I think he was happy to take part. And thank you to you, James, to take part. Alright guys, bye bye.
Bye.
That went quick.